Hello YouTube, my name is Hunter and today I'm going to be showing you some of my Imaginators and Skylanders.
Never underestimate my blasters.
This one I call the Terminator. And he shoots guns and summon mini bots that fight enemies. Can even make an earthquake. I'm going to show you my light guy, and her name is Squishy. For some reason, her voice has changed. She shoots arrows, can do a rainbow lash, and can fire an arrow missile. Next up is my camera guy. He's a cannon arsenal. He can summon poison gases, and he can shoot rocket missiles all around him. Next one is another Skylander named Gengar. He's ninja class, and he's very fast. He can summon gravestones to make them fall on people. He can even use a magic staff, which boosts his power. Next up is Even Gamer TV, which I made.
Not crazy, the bananas.
And he can hit people with his staff.
Oh yeah!
Can summon toucans to fire egg bombs. And the coolest of all, he can charge enemies with his staff. Next up is my favorite, I call them, my kitty, Maxie. That's my cat, and if you look to the corner of the room, that is my kitty. So I placed this Skylander on my kitty. He's holding a giant fish for no reason. Can dig, and can do that. Next up is another Skylander. I call him Charizard. And Charizard here is a brawler. He can do this, can summon dry flames, and can summon wave fist. Next up is Pinata. He can hit people with a staff, and he can do a better and do this. Can spit candy out, and I don't have his Y upgrade yet. Next up is Tri-Tip. And he smashes enemies with his claws. Can do an awesome combo. Can charge enemies with his horns. And can do that. Next up is Misty Cat.
The master of mystery.
And he can hit people with his staff, or I don't know what he does. He can make a clone of himself that attacks enemies. And next up, I forgot to show you, is another one of my favorites.
Okay.
Yeah. Next up is one of my favorites, Crash Bandicoot. He's actually from a different game called Crash Bandicoot, because that's the title of the game. You can spin around, you can do this. You can even summon crates, which he scrolls, and then he rolls them around. Next up is another one of my Imaginators. He's one of my favorites. And Mewtwo! He is holding a pretty cool staff. He can even teleport like a regular Mewtwo. It can summon thunder. How cool is that? Next up is this guy. I forget his name. Ambush. You can cut enemies with his sword. Can do that. And you haven't got to his Y upgrade yet. Next up is another one of my favorites, Kingpin! And my first Skylander I ever got. Because he came with a starter pack. He can hit enemies with his fist. And he can dive. That's his Y. He can breathe ice, and then he can teleport. Next up is Air Strike. He can in his karate, his fighting can teleport. You can even summon feather that explode. And you can summon a bunch of fists. Next up is Wolfgang from Skylanders Truck Team. Oh, and so is Pinata, the magic one I showed you. You can shoot arrows of music. Can slide around the dance floor. Can summon loudspeakers to that damage enemies. Next up is the Master and one of my favorite villains, the Golden Queen. You can summon flying golden bugs. You can turn enemies into gold. And that's the Golden Queen. Next is Dr. Neocortex. I love to use this guy a lot against bosses because of his sorcerer. And he can shoot lasers out of his gun, which I love. He can do this, which can push back enemies. And he can even do mines. He can put mines everywhere, which explode when in contact. Next up, from Trap Team, Hood Sickle. And this is my favorite Skylander out of all the guys I just showed you. Well, he's my second favorite. This guy can literally do great damage. He can teleport, and then once he teleports, those flying bugs come out. They damage people, but if you attack, it makes the site even more powerful. And he can summon a black hole which sucks enemies in, and then I can just do this. Which is my favorite move to use because it's so epic! My next one is what's his name? Starcast, right. Starcast! You can throw ninja stars, you can get on top of a giant ninja star, which is probably the best feature I ever seen really. And next up is Flare-Wolf!
Ready to rock it.
Flare can shoot rockets out of his bazooka. He can slide across. Oh, you can also shoot out of carousel and do this. It is literally my favorite. You can even shoot sparkles around. How cool is that? Now I got
Rooting out evil.
I got Boom Bloom. I have upgraded her Vine too, so and she can use it as a whip. She can use it to dig roots which damage enemies, and can summon little paws which damage enemies too. They're also poisonous. My last Skylander that I have, and it's my favorite Skylander out of all of them, Chaos, and was the first one I leveled up to level 20. Yeah, this guy has an axe. He does great combos. Literally the best combo I ever seen. Can shoot arrows, bazookas, sorcerer, ninja, guns. This guy is great. Axes, swords, arrows, scythes. This guy is the best. And he can summon Doomlanders. How great is that? Those are all of my guys I have to show you. And today, and for today. Bye guys. Bye YouTube. See me on the next episode.